The room was dim, lit only by a single warm bedside lamp. Their bodies were tightly intertwined, refusing to let go. Leonard's arms remained firmly wrapped around Nina, as if afraid she would slip away in her sleep. This feeling was strangely peaceful, yet it wasn't just comfort. It was the familiar scent clinging to her, a scent she had unknowingly carried for years, a scent that belonged solely to Leonard Hale. The room suddenly fell silent, deeply silent. He could hear her breathing, soft, steady, soothing. Nina's face, illuminated by the faint glow, looked impossibly innocent. Leonard couldn't stop staring. At times, he lifted his hand to trace her lips, her cheek, her nose, and without realizing it, he planted soft kisses across her face. This tender, intoxicating moment was something he had never imagined himself capable of. He had fallen for her long before he realized it, drawn to her soft sweetness, her gentle warmth. Her sparkling eyes and shy smile had completely disarmed a man whose heart had been cold his entire life. Leonard Hale had never believed he would fall for someone like Nina. Yet every glance, every second with her carved her deeper into him. But a man like him, dangerous, blood-stained, merciless, did he even deserve her affection? Would she accept him? Or run away once she knew the truth about who he really was? The thought alone terrified him more than any enemy. "Mum," sob. "Mum," Nina whimpered in her sleep, tears rolling down her cheeks. Leonard's cold heart softened instantly. He pulled her closer, allowing her small body to melt completely against his warmth. Her shaky voice calling for her mother cut straight through him. "Nina, don't cry, I'm here." He wasn't the type of man to whisper gentle words. But for her, he was willing to change even if just a little. Suddenly, his phone rang. The peaceful atmosphere shattered. His expression immediately darkened. Leonard reached for the phone, voice dangerously calm. "Boss, Vibung Kim is dead." Vibung Kim, Duran's second in command, one of the most powerful men in the underworld. A man who had been willing to die for Leonard, and now he was gone. Leonard's grip on the phone tightened, knuckles turning white. His eyes instantly shifted to a frightening shade of red. Aiden, standing quietly at the side, remained silent, waiting. "I'm on my way." Aiden obeyed immediately. Before leaving, he hesitated, leaning down to press a gentle kiss on Nina's smooth forehead. She didn't wake. Only after that brief warmth did Leonard tear himself away. The DDN Syndicate was one of the most feared mafia organizations in existence, known for its ruthless hierarchy and absolute power. Their name alone made governments tremble. Every member of the syndicate was trained with brutal discipline, capable of enduring excruciating trials. And the man standing above them all was Leonard Hale, the hidden king no one dared defy. Aiden, dressed in white tactical gear, respectfully greeted Leonard as he entered the underground base. Even the elite guards, men who feared nothing, broke into cold sweat at his presence. Leonard walked straight toward his throne-like chair, sitting down with an aura so imposing the entire room froze. Aiden didn't waste time. "Sir, the cause of Darren's death. He was assassinated." Leonard's gaze snapped to Aiden, his pupils turned blood-red. Veins bulged along his hand, gripping the armrest. The air thickened with lethal pressure. "And the shipment, delivered safely to Italy, sir?" Leonard slowly picked up the gun on the table, twirling it between his fingers. His eyes drifted toward the guards below. He raised his hand. Boom. One of the guards collapsed instantly. Blood pooled across the marble floor. The entire room fell silent. "This is what happens when you disobey me." Everyone understood. When Aiden reported to him, no one, absolutely no one, was allowed to interrupt. Aiden stood calmly, unaffected. Aiden retrained them. "Twice as hard. As for Darren's death, find out everything he did today. I need clarity." "Yes, sir, and the gamblers who still owe us money, I'll deal with them immediately." Leonard rose from his seat, voice suddenly cold, yet startlingly steady. "Inform the political sector and the media. 1 month from now, I'm getting married." Aiden froze, "Sir. The truth is, the only thing people can't change is the heart they've already given away. Can a heart that's shut itself off ever truly welcome someone new? Only time can tell. Do you love someone because of fate? Do you meet them because of destiny? Or do you stay because you were meant to? When fate arrived at the perfect moment, it pulled him out of the dullness of his life, and placed in front of him a girl he would never willingly let go of, Nina, his little one. Chapter: The beginning of a collision. Why did King Vuong die so suddenly? Who was behind it? These questions kept circling in Aiden's mind. It was late. The roads were dark and quiet. Aiden focused on the rearview mirror. Leonard was already asleep, exhaustion clear on his face. This road was normally full of traffic, yet tonight it was eerily empty. Aiden had followed Leonard for over 10 years. He remembered the timid, fragile boy he used to be. But after being taken in by Mr. Hale Sr. and trained strictly, Aiden knew better than anyone. Leonard could accomplish far more than people realized. Choosing to get engaged, Leonard must have thought about it for a long time, at the Lanveen Hills mansion. The Ferrari glided through the gates of the sprawling estate. The mansion stood like a dream, grand, cold, beautiful, like the palace of a king and queen. The fountain in the center sprayed jets of water under soft lighting, streams crossing and flowing endlessly. At exactly 10 p.m., all outdoor lights automatically shut off, leaving the entire estate swallowed in darkness, except for the soft glow from the mansion. Aiden parked the car. This sports car was famous one Mr. Hale Sr. had bought for Leonard before the parking hall was even built. Aiden wasn't easily impressed anymore, but even he was surprised by the heavily modified shape this time. Leonard woke briefly, paid the taxi fare for Nina, and sent her home first, then stumbled out. Inside the mansion, Leonard's head throbbed violently. It was 5 a.m. He had finally slept a little after Aiden woke him. Perhaps staying up countless nights to settle the corporation's affairs had worn him out. He slowly pushed Nina's bedroom door open. The sight made him stop. Nina was curled up adorably, cheeks slightly flushed from alcohol. He lay down beside her. The moment he pulled her into his arms, she instinctively snuggled closer, burying her face against his chest. His hand brushed the corner of her lips, soft against his fingertips. His palm fit perfectly against hers, their fingers intertwining naturally. A warmth spread in his chest. Peaceful, too peaceful. He wanted this feeling to last forever. Early morning, the room was bright, gentle, serene. Nina stretched, then froze. Something heavy was across her waist. Her eyes flew open. This wasn't her house. And the man beside her, this unbelievably handsome stranger, who was he? What happened last night? Suddenly, her head throbbed. Her neck and forehead stung as if bruised. She screamed. The man didn't yell back. Instead, he allowed her to flail, watching calmly. What did you do to me, you pervert? Pervert? Leonard raised an eyebrow. He hadn't even touched her. She was the one who clung to him in her sleep. Nina panicked, swinging her hands wildly. He grabbed her wrists easily, pulling her into his chest. She instantly stiffened, like a startled kitten. The truth, Nina, he said quietly. You are the first woman who dared to slap me. Where is this? And who exactly are you? Nina stared at him, this man. His presence, his scent, his aura. It made her shiver. He leaned back against the bedframe. This is my home. I am Leonard Hale, your future husband. You will be Mrs. Hale, Leonard Hale. The name rang in her mind. He was at her birthday party. He gave her the necklace she was still wearing. The proposal. The strange invitation. Was this man planning something all along? She stared at him, breath unsteady. Leonard seemed to read every emotion on her face. I never do anything that doesn't benefit me, he said calmly. And right now, I need a wife. Why you future wife? He corrected gently. By the way, 1 month from now, we will be married. You didn't ask for my opinion. Do you even see me as your wife? Of course. You are my wife. The mother of my children. That's already decided, future Mrs. Hale. Her skin prickled with goosebumps. Leonard Hale and Mrs. Nanwai were sitting in the living room, drinking tea in the early morning. He held his cup in one hand while the other lazily tapped the remote, switching through channels. The breaking news announced that Chairman Hale had decided to arrange an engagement ceremony next month. It was the hottest headline of the morning. Many young women who adored him were devastated. Mrs. Nanwai smiled, inhaling softly before turning to her husband. Her voice was almost urgent. "Darling, we should visit our daughter-in-law today. That girl Nina is truly adorable. As for our son, someone will deal with him later." Leonard Hale gave a small nod, clearly sharing the same thought. Mrs. Nanwai hurried upstairs without even glancing back at him. "Where are you going?" Mrs. Nanwai stepped out of the bedroom, carrying a luxury handbag. Her strides were elegant, yet brisk, as she headed toward the foyer. "To visit our daughter-in-law. You're too slow. Hurry up. Calm down, darling. The more you rush me, the slower I get." "Fine, then stay home. I will go alone." Mrs. Nanwai walked toward the waiting car. Leonard Hale quickly followed. "Wait for me, my dear wife." Darren's face darkened the moment he heard news of her engagement. The woman he loved was about to marry someone else. With only 1 day left before her wedding to Casey Trong, his heart felt colder and farther away from her than ever. Holding his forehead, he wondered how things had come to this. Perhaps the man on the news was truly the one destined for her. Casey descended the stairs and immediately spotted Darren sitting on the couch. She gracefully walked toward him and sat beside him, unable to take her eyes off him. "Darren, today is our anniversary. Let's go watch the sunset together." Her sweet, gentle voice drifted toward him, the scent of her perfume lingering near his nose. His brows tightened, and he subtly avoided her touch. "I'm a bit tired, you should go alone." Casey grew irritated, ignoring his indifference. Her enticing eyes flickered toward the large TV broadcasting news about the engagement between the Hale and Trong families. The corners of her lips curled with sly amusement. "So, Nina is getting married soon. She changed her mind rather quickly, didn't she?" "Be quiet. You have no right to speak about her." Casey's expression hardened. She glared at Darren. "Are you defending her? Am I not your wife?" Darren's tone was calm, but carried an edge sharp enough to wound deeply. "No. The only woman I consider my wife is Nina, even when she's getting married." "Yes." Leonard Hale and Mrs. Nanwai stepped out of the car. Her bright yellow floral dress fluttered softly, her smile radiant. For some reason, the Hale family estate felt unusually warm and comforting today. Leonard wrapped an arm around her waist as the couple entered together. Nina sat at the dining table, her expression far from cheerful. The bowl of soup Ethan had served remained untouched. He watched her intently. "Why aren't you eating? The soup is getting cold." "I'm not hungry." Ethan frowned, his fingers tightening around the spoon. "Let us make an agreement. If after 1 year I cannot make you fall for me, I will let you go. You will have your freedom." Nina finally turned to face him fully. A silent force radiated from her gaze. Being near him made her strangely uneasy. This man was dangerously unpredictable. Ethan quietly waited, fully focused on her. After a long moment, Nina nodded. "Fine." A faint, pleased smile appeared on Ethan's lips. Just then, Leonard Hale and Mrs. Nanwai entered the main hall. The moment Mrs. Nanwai saw Nina, she immediately moved toward the table, calling out affectionately, "Daughter-in-law, my dear daughter." Nina turned to look toward the living room. A graceful woman, around 50, appeared. Every detail of her figure and face exuded gentle warmth. Seeing Mrs. Nanwai's smile, Nina suddenly felt an urge to cry. She had grown up without her mother's affection. No one had ever cared for her sincerely. For the first time, she felt something inside her soften. Ethan sat beside her, noticing her unusual silence. He gently reached out and brushed her cheek. Warm tears rolled down her face. He grew alarmed, yet tried to remain composed. Mrs. Nanwai arrived and saw her daughter-in-law crying helplessly. She had heard fragments of Nina's past. She knew the girl had suffered greatly. Mrs. Nanwai opened her arms. "Nina, from now on, I am your mother. Do not cry, it pains me." Nina hesitated, then slowly embraced her. Meanwhile, Ethan sat at the dining table, his expression suddenly dark. "She is my wife. Please do not touch her so much." Mrs. Nanwai glanced back at him. Ethan, are you jealous? Leonard Hale chuckled, thoroughly enjoying the scene. Indeed, he is jealous. He won't let anyone touch her. Ethan looked at Nina again. My wife, come sit beside me.